Welcome back to Primetime News.
And a special welcome once again to our viewers on onespotmedia.com.
Up first this evening, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has downgraded its projections for global economic growth this year.
Now, the lending agency provided details of its revised outlook today. Our business reporter, Javon Keys, has the latest.
In its latest economic outlook, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, projects economic growth of 2.2% for Jamaica in 2023. This down from the projection of 3% made last year. Growth for Latin America and the Caribbean has also been revised, set at 1.6% for 2023. This reflects a 0.2% drop from the projection update made in January. Growth for 2024 has, however, been revised upward by 0.1% to 2.2% next year. This is in line with the global trends, as the IMF has also revised downward its projections for worldwide economic growth. Chief economist Pierre-Olivier Corinchas says output is expected to be 0.1% lower than what was projected in January.
Global growth will bottom out at 2.8% this year, before rising modestly to 3% next year, almost unchanged from our January projections. Global inflation will ease, although more slowly than initially anticipated, from 8.7% last year to 7% this year and 4.9% next year.
Mr. Corinchas says more developed economies are expected to see larger declines.
Where growth is expected to fall to 1.3% this year, before increasing modestly next year. By contrast, emerging market and developing economies are already pushing ahead in many cases, with year-end growth accelerating to 4.5% this year from 2.8% last year.
The IMF says global uncertainties remain high, with the failure of two banks in the United States a clear example of these risks.
Inflation is much stickier than anticipated, even a few months ago. While global inflation has declined, this reflects mostly the sharp reversal in energy and food prices. But core inflation, excluding energy and food prices, has still not peaked in many countries. It is expected to decline to 6.2% this year, still well above target. Activities too show signs of resilience. At this point in the tightening cycle, we would expect to see more signs of output and employment softening. Instead, both output and inflation estimates have been revised upwards for the last 2 quarters, suggesting stronger than expected global demand.
He says this may cause central banks to implement further monetary policy tightening or higher interest rates for a prolonged period. Javon Keys, TVJ News.